the service manager at St. Louis Powersports here. I'm standing with Zach Nash. We're going to do a series of videos on Tuesdays called Tech Tip Tuesday. We're going to just kind of show some of the things that we do around the shop. I've got my bike in here today. We've got a set of Wilson Rock Sliders we're going to be installing, and I just figured we would kind of show some of the different things that we do that set us off from some of the other dealerships in the St. Louis area. Zach, you got anything you'd like to say?
Yeah, man, so these are Wilson Powersports tree kickers or rock sliders, whatever you want to call them. You know, this is what we all run, you know, side-by-side videos. Everything is either a Wilson chassis, Wilson cage, Wilson built, and in my opinion, it's the strongest rock sliders out there. They're really holding up good. And Nick was due for some new ones. He beat his old ones to death and ready to do it.
Yeah, I had the Polaris ones on here, and as you can see, it's no longer with us. It got ripped off on the trail somewhere, and have not seen it since. So we're gonna upgrade to these, and I don't think these ones are gonna be going anywhere.
No, we never had issues with them, but we're gonna bring in this Brian Weber here. He's the lead mechanic out here. He's Brian the Slayer Weber coming in to do some work. Let's do it. Stay tuned, guys.
Alrighty, we've got Brian down here. We're going to jump right into this. Step number one on this is going to be removing these T40 Torx from your side plate here. Then the next step is going to be, actually he has two different styles of fasteners that hold on these rock sliders. I personally went with the cheaper option to where you drill a hole through the frame and you add a grade 10 nut and bolt, but he also has some other mounts that are made by Hauser Racing that probably work a little bit better than the way that we're going to do it today. But this is a method that people have been using for years, and it's stood the test of time, I guess.
Well, it's definitely worked for me, so it'll work for Nick.
Yeah,
you know how hard I am on stuff.
For sure. Yeah, so if it's holding up for these guys, I think it's going to do pretty good for myself. We're going to have Brian here. Kind of dive into it. We're going to be drilling out these existing holes here. This is where the Polaris and Wilson's definitely differ. On the Polaris brand, they have basically a nut that inserts there, and as you tighten it, it expands and it kind of holds it in place. But it only works for really so long. Around in Missouri and our terrain, we have so many rocks that it's just a matter of time before they get knocked loose, or even start to wall your frame out a little bit like mine is here. So this is definitely going to take care of all of my issues and hopefully keep me on the trail a little bit longer. We got those holes all drilled out here, and I guess we're on to, I guess it'd be step 3. We're going to hold it up here and kind of make sure the holes that were drilled, everything's going to line up. Looking pretty promising.
Yeah, I think it's going to be good. We'll see, though. Pretty off.
Tell me, right? There we go. Alrighty guys, now we're here on step 3. We've got the Wilson slider here kind of loosely mounted. One thing I just wanted to add real quick, kind of while we're installing this, something that kind of sets Clayton off from some of the other guys is he actually gets the offset of your wheels, like these are a 4+3, and he builds these sliders to the spec. So, you know, it benefits your machine more. Obviously, there's a couple of different options out there as far as the offsets go for these bikes. And with the 4+3, he made mine. I mean, it's perfect. It's going to keep anything from being able to get in here. It's going to keep me off all the rocks, keep me off all the trees, and hopefully it's going to be a lot better than what I currently had. It stopped about right here, and my wheel stuck out a little bit further. So with just even loose mounting, I can already see that these are going to be way more beneficial than what I was currently working with. Another quick thing I wanted to point out, I mentioned earlier that I chose to provide my own hardware. One thing that kind of offsets the hardware that Clayton provides through Hauser is right here on this side. You've got your fuel tank. So when you're drilling holes and you got a fuel tank on the other side, you want to be very careful. With the hardware that's provided by him, it kind of makes a hard 90, and there's no drilling required. So I will say that is definitely a big benefit of buying the hardware that he does have available that goes with these things. I chose not to just because I've installed these before this way. But maybe somebody this is their first install or is not looking to do, you know, any drilling or anything like that, you can get those, no drilling required. It will mount right up. Alrighty, we went ahead and got all these bolts tightened up on here. Everything ended up working out and fitting perfectly. It's just crazy how much better it actually makes the machine look too. I'm real excited to be having these on my machine. So, other than that, after this, I'm going to take off the Polaris one and kind of show you guys the expander nut that I was talking about earlier in the video, and kind of show you how dinky it is. And I'll also do a comparison between, on the other side, I have still the factory Polaris Rock Slider. I was going to do a comparison between that and the Wilson to kind of show how much stronger it really is. So, check it out. Alrighty guys, we're over here with the last remaining Polaris Rock Slider that I have left. And as you can see, she's seen better days. It's got some dents, some bends, some scratches. I guess it's done its job. It's just I would have liked them to be a little bit stronger, maybe last a little bit longer.
Well, that's OEM aftermarket stuff, or OEM stuff, you know, but it's done okay. But like I said, we're here with these Wilson Motorsports one, whereas, you know, there's nothing that's invincible, nothing that's gonna never break or bend, but this is a lot stronger, whereas like the Polaris is actually on the thickness of the steel, it's 0.088, and this is 250 wall DOM. I mean, that's a huge difference.
Night and day.
Night and day. I mean, it's almost twice as thick and twice as durable. And then on top of that, you have a better design, like we explained on the other side, with that'll actually adjust to the 4-3 offset. It's perfect for bouncing off those trees and rocks.
Yeah, as you can see, these ones here, they're not going to really keep you off of anything. So
I'm surprised you never hung up in a tree right here.
Yeah, luckily that didn't happen. But yeah, these ones, that can't happen. So I'd rather go with that option for sure.
The reliable is the best way to go.
Absolutely. So another thing, we're going to take this off. We're going to show you guys the fasteners that Polaris provides with these, and kind of show you what we don't like about it. So these are the expander nuts that Polaris uses to let the bolt go through and fasten, and this is actually the part that expands here. This is how you have to remove them. You have to kind of slide hammer them out. Not the greatest. Kind of bring this over and show you guys. So that's the expander nut there that goes into the hole, and basically as you tighten your bolt and your nut, they pull together and this expands into the hole, keeping it in its place. But it's really not the greatest design or the toughest if you actually use these machines.
Well, that's what happens if they just get loose. They pull out.
Yeah. So they loosen up a little bit. Right.
Yeah, when they break, it either knocks a huge hole and it messes up real bad, or it just falls off as you're driving down the road.
Yeah, that's what the other one did. I was going through a rock section and got to our destination and noticed that it was no longer with us. All right, we have got this thing removed, and you can see just kind of how light it really is. The kind of funny part about all this is these two products actually cost about exactly the same. So if we're talking what you get for your money, there's no other option as far as to just go with the Claytons. These things I did get a couple of years out of, but as you can see, as far as buying something and only buying it once, I think this is the better option. I've had to do it twice, so if I can save somebody from having to do it twice as well, I'd like to try to do that. So just some food for thought.
And something about these is you guys are going to start having these in your shop, right?
We are, yeah. We are. We talked with Clayton. We're going to have a few different sets made, and we're going to try to have a set here at all times if anyone would like to come in and try to purchase a set. So I think we've got a couple of weeks before we're going to have them here. We're also, stay tuned, we're going to keep doing these videos. We're going to do another complete custom build that Clayton's going to do for us. So I don't want to give too much of that away, but just to give you guys a little teaser, we've got a pretty big build coming your way.
All right, so you guys saw it. I mean, we compared them, we installed them, took them off, and this is it. I mean, what a sweet product. We're glad to be out here to do this, and nice machine, big, nice cage. It's also a Clayton cage if you didn't realize that too. And man, we're just happy to put these on and do this. Hopefully you guys took something from this. Hopefully you guys learned from this, because I feel like we put some good content here, and it's something everybody needs to know. Check out Wilson Motorsports. Check out St. Louis Powersports. Nick Schmidt's your man. Brian's the brains behind the business in the garage, and the whole sales teams and everybody here is just phenomenal. So check everyone out. Have a good day. We'll see you on the trail. Check in for next time.
Thanks, guys.